Tourism of Goa is really proud to present this third edition of Goa Affordable Art Fest. Goa Affordable Art Fest is a program where we present young artists from all over the country. This year, we had 1,200 applications from artists from all over the country, right from Manipur and Assam till Kerala. And out of this 1,200 artists and 10,000 works, we had a judge selection committee which consisted of Jagannath Panda and Bhavana Kakkar. And they came here. We, for 2 days, went through all these works and ultimately selected about 900 works. And I would say that in a country like India, where most people are not aware of contemporary art, the knowledge of art is very poor, which we can see when you go to most hotels and many public spaces. There's really bad art. And so this is a sort of a kind of a selection which has been done by well-known artists who have a keen eye. Not that all the works are of great quality, but we have been trying to encourage young artists. And this selection is definitely sort of out of 10,000 works, 900. So this is an opportunity for young people to come and do their first collection of a work of art, original work of art. And all the works are priced between just 1,000 to less than a lakh. And so it is very affordable. And I must really congratulate all the artists because I am myself surprised at the works. And today we have with us Amrita Varma. Amrita Varma is a very established curator. She has one of the best jobs in the world. She has to just go and buy art. I can't think of a better job anybody can have. And she will sort of talk about a few works which she likes in this show.
Goa, you think about color, right? I mean, it's just natural to the landscape. So the first thing I notice is that with emerging artists, they're very close to what they think and feel, right? Their language may not be as mature as the established artists, but you'll see that. And the good part is, if you're beginning to collect art, that's the best journey you can have because you travel with the artist as he grows. So, you can see the colors over here and the recycled material, and you can actually look at the way Goa has been reflected somewhere. When we talk about art, we don't usually think of it as just understanding it. Sometimes art is not to be understood. Like a feeling is not to be understood, it is to be connected with. And that's what happens. And here you can see all these works in various mediums actually reflecting that state. And also the state at which, people think. There is that the youth in it. There is the angst in it. There is aggression. There is peace. There is silence. There is issues which you're dealing with in society. You can see all of that. There's also this childishness, which is beautiful. So when you're thinking about art, it should always be somewhere a connection you have with yourself and a connection you have with the world. I think that's the best thing that can come out of it. And it's actually a journey, it never stops.
Thank you, Amrita. Now I think I will take the viewers through some of the works of art and perhaps mention the names of some of the artists. Amrita showed you the other work which was very colorful, that is made out of plastic wrappers and chocolate wrappers and chips wrappers. And this is the work he has done with plastic bags and perhaps milk bags and things like this. And when you, I think very, very good use of recycled material. And I think there's a nice message here that please do not litter. Because if you were to talk about what is bad, which is one of the worst things which is happening in this country, apart from defecation and defecation in the open, is the plastic everywhere.
Yeah. The other part is, look at the movements, right? So the movement of the plastic is almost like paint strokes. So the waves, right? So you can see that. He's actually made the sea and the sky. If you look at it, there's a horizon which is happening. So you start discovering it as you go into the work.
This is work by Uday, and I think very intelligent use of corrugated sheets. And he has pasted this on another corrugated sheet. It's a print. It's a print pasted on the corrugated sheet. A very, very wonderful work.
Also, I think what it also does is it makes you feel like this person actually is living within those corrugated sheets. He's given you that reflection not only in context but also in medium.
Yes.
So by the end of it, you associate directly.
Personally, I am a sea artist and I love boats and I use old boats.
Right.
And these are the boats in ceramics.
I know, oh, amazing. But they're almost like, you know, the childhood paper boats we used to make. They have this little, this very light floatiness in them. Interesting.
Those are wonderful ceramics paper boats.
And you have some acrobatics here.
Yeah, there's some acrobatics. This is Varnika Singh. Yeah, suspended sculptures, and she has. These
Yeah,
are.
you can feel the tension,
you can
right?
feel the tension, and it's an aluminium.
Oh, wow.
This is an aluminium. This is another artist, Uday.
Oh, so the top of the
top of the
pencil,
pencils, yeah.
So he's a sculptor, but
Yeah,
miniature.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Interesting.
I think I would like to show you another work by a pencil artist. When first actually I saw the application, I was not, I thought it's a little bit some gimmick. You know, itna kya badi baat hai if you do something on the, like people do writing names on the rice, etc. But when the works arrived, I was amazed. Look at the works. This is Savitru, and this is a Surya Namaskar, but with pencil.
So when you see the contemporary established artist's works, about 30 years later, you can see that he's been working on the same thing and it's been his passion which has grown in such a way. But it's interesting to see that story start off with the emerging artists.
Think of this, I see a paradox here, you know.
This?
This is Wahida Rahman,
Yeah, but very popish, right?
Basically, an artist who is using all this kind of material, which is a
Sequence.
new material,
Right.
and an old heroine. I think
Yeah. The
present
old meets the
generation-
new.
The old meets the new. Yes.
At least, so that's another function. I think contemporary art also becomes relevant when it gets heritage in a new perspective. Otherwise, heritage could be lost to us. Right?
That's a lovely thing you said, because, you know, I went to the Asian Art Museum in Berlin,
Right.
and they had old artifacts. And the director confessed to me that slowly people get a little bit bored looking at old artifacts, because similar artifacts are there in many museums of the world.
Yeah.
So in the middle of old artifacts, they have contemporary work. For example, in the Chinese section, in the middle of old Chinese sculptures and calligraphy, there was a work of Ai Weiwei.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So this is the use of material is also very interesting. The way he has used all these tinklets from the shop.
In that thing, it looks like architecture,
Yeah.
but it's actually strokes of paint.
Yeah, it looks like a photograph from the sky. Yeah, this is a lovely, lovely work. Let's. This is, you know, I find him. I started my career as a landscape painter, and this guy does oils.
Right.
But I see something different. There's a style which is quite sort of.
That's his.
Yeah, but another some
Even the palette, if you
Yeah.
look at the palette of the colors,
Yeah,
right?
the palette of the colors also this greyish tones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very his own style. Also.
Yeah. And what do you think of this work? This is what is the mythological story of.
It's actually got a lot of energy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that entire force of
Hiranyakashipu
and that pillar,
being
right?
slain,
Yeah,
and the
coming
comes out of
the
the pillar.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it's charcoal. Huh? This is charcool, right?
This is it's a charcoal drawing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
charcoal.
yeah. This is artist. I mean, this artist is doing work with textiles and quite a few other works.
This is being made especially for this show.
This is Kavisha Parikh. Kavisha's work. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, most people when they look at this, they think, okay, how can this be art?
Yeah.
Now, that's the interesting part because it's emerging, right? Now, the thing is, it's not art does not become art because it's a medium. It becomes art because it ruptures something which is unusual. It makes you think something different. It makes you push your own boundaries of imagination and wonder. And I think somewhere she's got that. It is a jacket, but it is not a jacket. There's something else happening here. I can feel like little road maps over here, you know? And yeah, exactly. So art can be worn, anything can happen. So that's again a landscape she managed.
Yeah, a landscape on the jacket. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. This is Siddhi Parikh, and I mean, she has painted the tops of slums.
Right.
As you see when you enter Bombay, for example, the aircraft flies over that.
Different perspective
Yeah,
altogether.
different perspective altogether. Yeah.
Sometimes when you look at certain works, like I said, you don't always understand. Sometimes you just connect with it and it's the texture and the way it's flowing. There is a comment on the body somewhere over here, okay? Basically, this has a certain feminine theme to it with the body. But see, we are all inspired from somewhere. Inspiration is a different thing, copying is a different thing. This is not copying. It's basically taking off from that plane where the other finished and moving into your own language. And she has her own language with it.
Very nice.
Yeah, lovely. And it's actually quite tough to do these, you know. Amazing.
Actually, I mean, a little bit of copying. I mean, Tagore has a very nice quote on that. He says, you can borrow, you can steal, you can do what you like, but when you give back, give your own coin.
It has to have your own.
Yeah, you're given your own
That's
coin.
when it becomes art.
Then it becomes art. This is a work of Adarsh Palandi, is a graphic artist, does prints.
Yeah, and then you have various kinds. You have the woodcut, you have the etching, but in all of this, so with these works, though they paper works, if you kind of look deep within, it's actually the texture he's able to bring about, which makes you feel a certain way. I mean, here we are talking about economy and man and how things are happening. But there's a beautiful way in which he's left it open for you to have your own perspectives on it. He's just shown you something and says, hey, look at it, right? I mean, this seems a fantastic work as an imaginative, where I think there's a dreamlike quality to it, but there is also a serious comment.
Yeah.
Eventually, if we keep looking at it, something will reveal itself, but that's the process you go through as as a viewer. It's
This is
amazing.
the way, I mean, I think one of the
Yeah.
functions of art is to understand that there are many sides to everything. There is not
Exactly.
one statement. You can interpret it in many ways. It
Yeah.
reminds me of a poem of Rumi. He says there is a field of the right and there is a field of the wrong, and beyond that field there is another field. Let's meet there.
Yes.
So art holds your finger and
then
takes you
leaves
to
you.
that field,
Yeah.
the field beyond the right and the wrong. Yeah.
There is no right, there is
There
no wrong. It's
no,
just
no.
a journey.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I like these.
Yeah.
I like these because there are very intimate associations with the artist. These are very, very Indian kind of associations. These are not on the face, but you will see this and everywhere, right? Children playing like that. Every one of us has seen this. I think there's a lot of Goa in there as well. You can see the shrimp. And yeah, so I mean, those little boxes on the cycles and the motorcycles, the fish. There is so much of Goa in it. Yeah?
Yeah, the theme of this exhibition is not exactly Goa, but anyway.
But here's the thing, if an artist is living and breathing in a certain space, he's going to soak something in. So this is not a direct reference.
No.
Like even the colors, if you look at it, somewhere the reflection comes in, because you are in the land you're in, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have with us people who want to be perhaps do their first collection of art. Dr. Anil and Dr. Renuka, both dentists, and I would like to take their impression about what they feel about Goa Affordable Art Fest.
First and foremost, we being dentists, we are like a bit of artists ourselves. So we like the artistic, the finesse, the beautiful intrinsic work done. And it's really, I mean, I've just come in and it's mind-boggling. And it's really, really beautiful.
We'd like to congratulate in the first place Dr. Subodh and his entire team. This is an excellent platform for so many young, talented artists to display their works. Incredible work, very inspiring, and I'm getting goosebumps as I'm just looking around. It's really, really inspiring. Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and
all the very best.
thank you. Yes, thank you. These are works by Amrish Mishra, very minimalistic works, and I feel he's a very, very evolved artist. For example, here, this is the part which is used for weaving, and there's a little weave here. So there is a certain subtlety and a very evolved feeling, which I really like. This little paper leaf and a part of the leaf there. They're just lines of something like grass and just a piece of stone. Lovely work, and this is also why I get almost a feeling like, so minimalistic. Just kind of an umbrella using paper. This is a work by Ankur Ahuja, and this work is created digitally. So she takes photographs and then changes that photograph into a work of art by painting over it digitally. And these are sort of figurative works, but when I look at it, the characters really come out. I mean, rather society rich lady with a purse and an expensive sari, somebody just perhaps selling milk. I think they're really characters, and I like them so much that I've told Ankur to come to Goa and create works connected with Goa, with the fisherwomen, the fishermen, and so the people of Goa. So that's what she's going to do soon. So we have this year many works which are round works. And this artist here is an artist from Iran who is settled in Pune. And she does basically works inspired by the Maharajas. And last year also she participated in this exhibition, so that's her work. And these are screen prints by a young artist who is actually an engineer, Praveen Yaramali. He is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he is an IIT engineer, but got interested in art. He lives in Goa. And what he does is, he converts a photograph into a screen print by sort of just minimalizing the colors, using very limited colors. And it's already an evolved style, and I really like his work. And I think last year he participated, and a very successful artist. I think no exhibition can be complete unless we have Mahatma Gandhi somewhere. I think there is no other world leader who more than 70 years after his death has his perpetual presence in all kind of arts worldwide. And this is Gandhi's 150 birth anniversary. This is a pen drawing by Baji, Adarsh Baji, and you see how all the means of violence have been just scattered around by Gandhi. I mean, he denies violence for non-violence, and I think if you study the statistics of revolutions in the world which are successful, a large number of revolutions which are inspired by Gandhi, long-lasting success vis-a-vis revolutions which happened with violence. Ahimsa belongs to the future. Gandhi belongs to the future. This is a statement, I think Ram Manohar Lohia made a wonderful statement. He said 20th century produced only two powers. One was the atomic power and the Gandhi power. So I'm very glad that a lot of Gandhi entries came this year for the Affordable Art Fest. These works of insects is by Gayatri Reddy. Gayatri Reddy only paints insects, but paints them in a absolutely, in a very innovative and unique manner. Look at the textures which she creates. So there are these two bugs and there is one more work. This is Gayatri Reddy's work. Rajesh Kumar Ranjan. Rajesh Kumar Ranjan has used Monisao. Monisao, the bearings, ball bearings. And he has done some more works also with ball bearings. And it's very interesting how different artists use different kind of materials to create statements. Amrita, this is an artist called Sonal Vatsayan.
Interesting. So, when you look at it, notice the petal structure, right? And then you have the whole god-goddess thing happening. But it's not religious at all. It is actually talking about women. It's the everyday woman and her features and how it's internalized within these gods and goddesses and our connection with our lives. So what we think, I think somewhere which is beyond, which makes us supernatural, is actually something you can see in daily life, and we kind of skip those things.
This work also has connection with a goddess called Kamakya.
Right.
Kamakya is a goddess, I think in Shillong, Assam, in Assam.
Yeah.
And she's a goddess where she menstruates once a year.
Right.
At that time, the temple is kept closed.
Right.
And then when the temple opens, a piece of red cloth is given as a prasad to everybody.
Right.
So this is a unique situation where menstruation is celebrated.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's a secretive thing.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think what also interesting here is the confluence between heritage and contemporary.
Yeah.
And both forces are totally unleashed in this. Because you see the gentleness of the things, but you also see the, the comment of modern society with that. Right? We've forgotten, we must always pick up the interesting things from our past and evolve.
Yeah.
I think somewhere when you look at these works, you feel, okay, so it's the woman of today, the woman of yesterday. Could it be that it was actually common people who, after generations of people talking about them, became legends?
Yes.
So can we become that?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not? Now, I must particularly point out this artist. His name is Yadu Krishnan.
Okay.
Now, Yadu Krishnan worked with us for 2 years. He escaped from the engineering college and came and joined us.
You talk of it like he was in a prison.
He thought he was in the prison and he escaped.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then, now, he applied and his work got selected. And it's a work which I think you could talk a little bit about text as art.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when you look at this, what happens is, the first thing is to see how it's like a typewriter text, So it is this very clinical, mechanical thing, which is supposed to be very minimal, right? And in that, he said a lot in a few words. So for example, if we take this one, it says, go to Amazon, buy people, keep them. It talks about a philosophy and a culture nowadays of actually turning people into objects which can be bought and sold. So consumerism, he's talking about various things. Go to Amazon, buy some intelligence, wrap it nicely, keep it aside. Now you have a whole series of those, but basically what it's saying is that, you know, there are these free things in the world. We are always trying to consume, we are always trying to control, we are always trying to kill freedom. But is that something we really want to do? You know,
this is very nice work. And
I love it, yeah. With this one, what I can see is, like, for anyone else, it would be, okay, why isn't the proportion the way it should be? Why are the eyes, etc.? But if you go beyond that, what is happening here is actually you can feel the movement. I think this is very purposeful because you can feel the movement and the expressions, the internal associations with emotions of these people, you know? So I think somewhere she wants you to see that expression without seeing the external body of the person. Because there is that joy, there is someone cheering at the back. The way this guy is speaking, usually we connect the eyes with the association of expression. She's decentered it and displaced it on the body.
Nice observation about this artist.
Okay, so the first thing I noticed with this is the propensity to leave off color at places. And again, a similar kind of, so the concentration is not on reality, the concentration is on the expression of what she or he sees in daily life, right? So these are all daily things you do. But there is also this thing about capturing that moment right there, but that's a moment in history.
And I can tell you from my own experience, when you connect with art, you lead a happier life. So come on, start enjoying the works, perhaps collect them if you can afford, and I think art is a kind of a amniotic fluid of civilization, and it is very important to dip in it and enjoy life.
I know, some part of your soul and your spirit, I think sometimes the rediscovery can only happen through art, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.